Perry was speaking in Houston, and he was basically bragging about how anti-choice he is. And he was talking about what he plans on doing when it comes to reproductive rights in the state of Texas. Let's take a look.
When there are 80,000 lives lost to abortion each year in our state, we know our work is a long way from being over. This session, I'm calling on the legislature to strengthen our ban on that procedure, prohibiting abortion at the point a baby can feel the pain of being killed. We have an obligation to end that type of cruelty. And now, to be clear, my goal and the goal of many of those joining me here today is to make abortion at any stage a thing of the past.
Now, there's two things that I loved about that video before we get into the substance. They're doing this law that takes away reproductive rights from women, so the background is all pink. So they're like, you see how pro-women we are? We have a pink background.
And we have, you know, images of women laughing.
Yes, and then that leads to my second favorite part. They got a couple of actual real-life white women standing next to them, right? But they couldn't get any black people, so they got black women's pictures.
No, they have white women's pictures as well. You don't see it. It's cropped out. So, you know, just to be fair to them, they also included white women. But I love the image of them laughing, like that they're at an amusement park, like, hey, he passed vaginal probes last year. Awesome. You know, like, no. And here's what I found really interesting. You know, Angelenos are really feeling the pain of paying the high cost of living here in Los Angeles. So a lot of them are actually moving to Texas. Man, and I was reading comments on that article, and all of these people from Texas are like, don't try to change our state, you know, you damn libs, don't come over here. And it's just so incredible how resistant they are to what the reality is nationally. I mean, we just elected a bunch of Democrats into Congress, right? We just re-elected Obama. And part of the reason why is because the Republicans were so ridiculous when it came to certain issues, especially when it came to the war on women. But they still don't get it through their head. Rick Perry is still going. He's still pushing for these hideous laws that totally stomp on women's reproductive rights.
So two things of substance there on that. Number one, he said he does this old nonsense about how fetus can feel pain at the 20 weeks. It's just not true. Scientific studies have shown that, to the best of our knowledge, they develop the parts of their brain that can feel pain at 29 weeks. So if you want to talk about 29 weeks, look, that's a really interesting and legitimate conversation. But they have an agenda. They want to move it closer and closer to conception. So they're like, I don't know, I think they feel it at 20 weeks, right? They just made it up. There's no scientific basis for that at all, but they repeat a lie over and over again until people believe it. And then the second part is the vaginal probe. So if you're going to get an abortion, first we got to probe you whether you like it or not, right? And you know, you can call it the Rick Perry probe in this case. And how do you like those probes? As you said, Anna, they have pictures of women in the background like, oh yes, oh God, everything is pink and I'm so happy that Rick Perry is probing me. Oh yes, take away my rights.